Have you ever seen a country where the citizens are so passionate that they are literally rebuilding their nation with their own hands?
And today, I'm pulling off your masks. Yes, you heard correctly. It's been working like this for 100 years, and you don't see this system. You don't want to see it, because you're part of the system too.
What is happening in Burkina Faso right now should not be possible. Every single year, the roads being built under Ibrahim Traoré exceed everything the French managed to construct in more than 50 years. Let that sink in. From independence until recently, Burkina Faso barely scraped together just over 3,000 kilometers of paved roads. Today, the new leadership is targeting 5,000 kilometers every single year. That is not ambition. That is a declaration of war on stagnation. And this is not a promise for tomorrow. It is already happening. Look closely. Convoys of heavy machinery are pouring into the country. Bulldozers, graders, excavators, an endless line of steel rolling toward one objective: rebuild Burkina Faso from the ground up. In a public ceremony, these machines were officially handed over under national authority.
By the authority of the people, I hand over these machines to you. It makes up two lots, as he presented, distinct
The
ones.
instruction was blunt: accelerate, move faster, build relentlessly. Infrastructure is no longer a future plan. It is a present emergency, and the results are impossible to ignore. Wide, clean highways are cutting through land that only months ago was dust and mud. Roads that look like they belong in wealthy nations are appearing in one of the world's poorest countries. But here's the part that shocks everyone. These roads are not being built by foreign companies. There are no inflated contracts, no armies of foreign engineers, no endless delays justified by insecurity. What you see is Burkina citizens building their own country. The president himself climbs into heavy machinery. Soldiers lay pavement. Civilians manufacture roadblocks. Mothers push wheelbarrows filled with sand. Children roll bricks during school breaks. This is not symbolism. This is mass mobilization. And then there is cement, the backbone of modern roads. An elderly woman in her 80s watched the national call to rebuild and refused to remain passive. With her own savings, she bought cement and donated it to the project. No cameras demanded it. No reward followed. Just conviction. Her message was clear. If the country is rebuilding, everyone must take part. This is not charity. This is ownership. What you are witnessing is something rare in the modern world. Citizens physically constructing their own nation. No foreign aid, no dependency on global loans, funding, labor, coordination, all largely internal. And do not mistake this for amateur work. Traoré made one thing clear: shortcuts will not be tolerated. These roads must last. Quality will decide who stays involved and who is pushed out. This is not temporary asphalt. This is permanent infrastructure. To understand how radical this shift is, we need to go back. September 30th, 2022, a single moment changed everything. Ibrahim Traoré and a group of young officers seized power. The outside world laughed. Another coup, they said. Another African failure in the making. They were wrong. Out of that moment came one of the most aggressive development strategies Africa has seen since independence. When Traoré took control, Burkina Faso's roads were a disaster. Outside a narrow colonial-era network, the country was barely connected. Even national roads were narrow, broken, and outdated. Traveling across regions meant destroyed vehicles, wasted days, and real danger. The country was trapped. Corruption was everywhere. Dependency was baked into the system. To build a road, permission was needed from foreign capitals. Loans came with conditions. Contracts went abroad. Money left the country faster than roads were completed. And loans did what they always do: they tightened the chains. Traoré rejected this entire model. From day one, he attacked the colonial mindset head-on. African leaders who followed foreign instructions were publicly called out. His speeches exploded across the continent, turning him into a symbol of resistance. This wasn't emotional rhetoric. The numbers were brutal. After more than 60 years, Burkina Faso had paved only about 3,600 kilometers of road. Entire regions were connected by dirt tracks. To travel north from the capital meant risking breakdowns, injuries, or worse. And roads are not just infrastructure, they are security. They are commerce, they are survival. By 2022, armed groups controlled large portions of the country. Military trucks sank into mud. Supplies couldn't move, farmers couldn't reach markets. The road itself had become the enemy. Traoré reached a simple conclusion: you cannot defend a nation using borrowed roads. So he introduced a doctrine Africa rarely dares to try: build it yourself. In meetings with soldiers, unions, religious leaders, and community figures, he asked one devastating question: why does our gold leave the country while our roads remain unpaved? This time, citizens were not asked to clap. They were asked to contribute. Mining laws were tightened. Revenue demands increased. Citizens were given platforms to invest directly in national projects, and then came the most dangerous decision of all, cutting out the middlemen. Traoré applied first principles thinking. Where does the money really go? The answer was obvious: profits, intermediaries, foreign firms. So the state became the builder. Instead of paying others, Burkina Faso would construct its own roads, using its own army, its own people, and its own equipment. Then came the number that stunned everyone: 5,000 kilometers of paved roads per year. To grasp how extreme this is, remember this: for decades, Burkina Faso averaged barely 50 kilometers annually. This new target is 100 times greater. Insane maybe, but it moved from paper to reality fast. In 2024, over 900 pieces of heavy machinery were deployed nationwide. Bulldozers, graders, compactors, a full construction army. While Western suppliers hesitated after the coup, Burkina Faso secured equipment elsewhere and paid for it outright. No gifts, no aid, no favors owed. These machines were handed directly to military engineering units. The logic was ruthless. Soldiers do not demand profit. Soldiers do not stop working because of insecurity. They are the security. At the center of this transformation is a program called Faso Mebo, Building the Homeland, launched in late 2024. It began in the capital and spread fast. Streets were paved, sidewalks installed, drainage systems rebuilt, entire neighborhoods transformed in months, not decades. The method was revolutionary because it was simple. Use local materials, mobilize communities, train citizens, slash costs. Women donated cement. Youth joined work brigades. Soldiers trained civilians. Construction stopped being a government project and became a national mission. This is not democracy as the West defines it. This is something else entirely. A system where building becomes political participation, where laying asphalt is an act of citizenship. Children mold pavement blocks. Students learn road construction. Farmers operate machinery. Civil servants and soldiers train volunteers. From the president to the poorest citizen, everyone builds. The message is brutal and clear. No one is coming to save you. And the numbers are backing it up. Using local labor and materials has reportedly cut road costs by more than half. Some estimates suggest reductions of up to 80% compared to foreign contracts. While a few large projects still use external loans, the daily construction engine is fully domestic. The pace has changed completely. What once took decades now happens with wartime urgency. This model blends military discipline, civilian labor, and national pride into a single machine. If it works, it shatters the idea that Africa must beg to develop. It suggests something far more dangerous to the old system, that what was called poverty may have been a lack of sovereignty. And others are watching. Mali, Niger, the entire Sahel if Faso Mebo succeeds. Foreign contractors may be replaced by military engineers across the region. Burkina Faso is sending a message the world cannot ignore. You can build your own roads, you can do it faster, you can do it cheaper, and you can do it without asking permission. And if you want to see the next move in this high-stakes transformation, click the video on your screen. This story is only beginning.